what's going on. So as you can see in that little clip there, that's how I do my outerwears. I get rid of that pesky spring. I get tired of tucking it in and dealing with it, man. So if you just pull the string out, use a zip tie, you're going to get a better seal, and you're not going to have anything hanging off that can get caught in the linkage, throttle linkage, gear, any of that stuff. So that's just how I do it. Just a little tip and a trick. I actually got this one, the blue one, for the MBX6 here. I'm running the Techno filter on there, and then I've got another black one I'm going to use for this one. I only run Losi filters except for in the NT48.3 because it fits under the body. I use the motor savers, and it does have an outer saver as well. A lot of people were asking me what the difference. I said I'm using outer savers, and they said, well, outer savers is motor savers. Well, no, it's not. Motor savers is a motor savers filter, and their pre-filter that goes over it is called the outer saver. So outerwears is this. This is an outerwear. This is an outer saver. Two totally different companies. Outerwears makes outer savers. Motor savers make motor savers and outerwears. A little complicated, I get it, but there you go. So all right, so you can see we got the OBR 36 out, doing some work on it. We're actually upgrading the coil on it and the coil wire. So this coil is going away, and we're putting an upgraded coil on it. I forget the name of it, TP something or another. I'll show y'all when I get it. But we're replacing the coil, and it actually comes with a lightened flywheel as well. So the whole system there, we're going to be swapping that out and then putting an MSD wire on it. Now, I did take the wire off of this one. We're going to put an MSD wire on this as well for a spare. And we're going to do the same thing here on the Rovin 36cc. So that's why this is out here. Picked up a few more things from OBR as well. Not engines, guys. Don't get happy. So basically, when I take my engine out, I make sure that I cover everything. You know, we're using the dome filter on it now, so I cover everything. Instead of stuffing, you know, work towel in there or something like that, I just use the duct tape right here. Just cut a piece off, and it covers it real nice. Same thing with the exhaust port. Always cover them up so they don't get dirt or anything in there. Damn engines cost a fortune as it is. I should have some nipples on here as well. But anyway, that's what we're doing on here. We got this out. I'm going over the electronics. I'm still having a little issue with my kill switch, making sure everything is connected, and I'm gonna put a shrink tubing on them again, and that way we can continue to run this Lifey, the Spectrum Lifey battery. So show y'all, I got foam in here. I know it's kind of hard to see because the light's not here, but I got foam in here to keep things from bouncing around, and you'll see that this bad girl still fits in there. You just got to work the foam a little bit, but it still fits in, and the lid still goes on, no issues. So we can use this big chunk battery here instead of the LiPo. I like the LiPo, and I would rather use the LiPo because it's more power, you know. It's LiPo, not Lifey, and it's got more power. The Lifeys are 6.6 volts, and the LiPos are what, 7.4 or something like that. I think 7.4 volts. I don't know. Yeah, 7.4. It's a 5200 milliamp. I love this battery, but because of where the battery box and the pipe and everything are, it's a hassle getting it in and out. I can do it every time, but I don't put this screw in. I just do 1, 2. I don't put the back one in. I just do 1, 2, 3, and it seals fine like that. But we're just going to run this Lifey pack. Lifey's a lot safer. I can leave it in there. I don't have to deal with it. Pull the leads out, and we can charge it from there. So y'all see what's going on. I picked up, I got some more exhaust gaskets coming as well. I like changing my exhaust gaskets every time I change my exhaust. And picked up an extra pull start. I mean, haven't had any trouble with this pull start. It's still good to go. But we're going to pick up another one anyway. And I ended up pulling the cap off the end of the wire on the original one. So no big deal. I can go back in, I'm assuming. And then we're going to change the plug. This is the plug that I use right here. You know, same plug everybody uses. I don't know if I can get it out. Right there, NGK. It is the 3066 CMR7H NGK. So we'll put a new plug in there once they get the new coil in and all that. So little upgrade, little something going on with that. And that wasn't cheap either. That was like 80 or 90 bucks, something like that for the set. I think, I don't remember. It might have been 100 and something. But we're swapping all that out. Wasn't recommended to me by anybody, anything like that. It's just something that I'm doing on my own. We did get the Savox servo in the Baja here, so we're running both Savox, the fifth scale servo, and the throttle and brake servo. Ordered a new brake linkage. I was using this one. I made this one homemade, because if y'all remember correctly, this is the brake linkage from the Baja that I made the throttle linkage from. So we just ordered another twisted, I think it's called twisted, setup for the Baja. So we'll just keep that as a spare. But you know, I only got to replace the brake part of it. This part, this is the same twisted, but this is the throttle part right here. So we'll just keep this on here and then put the brake linkage on it. Pulled everything out, cleaned everything real good, went over everything, make sure we were all tight and right. We did replace the front A-arms already in this, and it's already nice and tight, man. Those old ones have been beat to hell out there at the bash site. The first bash site that you guys know I go to, where all the jumps and the hills and all that are, and then the soccer field as well. But and this Baja's been put through hell. Had another comment on my video the other day. Rovin's trash, because y'all know I had that Rovin's trash video where I was pumping up this Baja because it's so badass. But they took it wrong. They didn't read it correctly. The title to the video says Rovin's trash, and then in parentheses it says what, and it goes into it. But you got to watch the video. Sorry about that. Shut off again. People commenting on videos just by the title. They don't even watch the damn video. If they would have watched it, they'd see that I'm definitely a supporter of Rovin products, man. I think this Baja is badass. So what else is going on? We are going to be ripping as soon as I can get an early day off. I was going to do it today, but Mama had dinner ready, some shrimp and fish and stuff like that. So got dark on me. Storms coming again tonight. 2 nights ago we had really bad storms. I'm 2 blocks from the boat ramp 2 here. It's a couple of blocks from me, and we had a tornado come through, 125-mile-an-hour winds, and it basically, that tornado was 2 blocks away from my house, and we actually were watching the rain whipping around, hitting the window. It hit the window, it hit the window, like over and over, and the trees were spinning and spinning. I was like, oh man, it's going down now. But you know, what can you do, man? So anyway, we're fortunate and blessed that nothing happened to us and nothing happened to our property. It just missed us though. So storms again tonight. We did have a little bit of hail though. A couple of dents on my overhang there. So anyway, as soon as we get a free day, we're gonna rip the Rex Legend. Purple looks good sitting in that body, man. We're gonna do another body just like this for the 8XT. That way we have one for the 8XT, we have one for the 8X Elite, and you know, the body that I did for the 5B over here. Same paint scheme. So also picked up some more tires. These are the Mad Max mounted. I just got them mounted already. I'm probably going to change out the bead locks. I don't like these bead locks that come on them, but we'll keep them black. These are the Big Max, or the Mad Max Big Diggers. So we'll utilize those on something, maybe on here. You know, a couple of people told me these hexes on these Duramax will strip out, but come on, man, $100 to give these tires a shot. Why not, man? They look cool as hell. They got good tread. They're bigger. You know, they're taller than the Rovin tires, so we'll give them a shot. More of an all-terrain-ish tread pattern, but we'll use them, man. We got them, we'll use them, and I think they look great. And they're true bead locks as well. But we're gonna swap out those bead locks, but we're gonna do black bead locks. And I really like these DDM bite locks. To me, these are the best that I've used so far. I haven't used Silverback or the other ones that a lot of people use, but they're really hard to get too. I don't even know if you can get Silverback bead locks in rims right now. I'm not too sure, to be honest with you. I haven't even checked because I've had great luck with these bite lock rims. They're very durable. They don't break. These right here, these are junk, man. These right here, they're junk. They're fat. They're junk. They break really easy. These are the hostile ones. I just don't like them. Got a bunch of them. What else? So, I was trying to remember what gear that was. That's a hostile plastic gear right there, upgraded plastic gear. So we got those. We're doing that. Still got another servo. Got 2 more Savox servos. I'm stuck on Savox, guys. To me, for the price, they're a badass servo, man. I've got them on every one of my platforms. These are Savox Blacks. I got Savox in there, high voltage. They're high voltage Savox in all of them. I've got the brand new set in the MBX6. Everything. All my platforms, I run Savox. And that's all I'll continue to run. That's it. So a few more things coming. I do have some fuel coming. Different fuel company. I'll show you all that when I get it. Was approached by a couple of other fuel companies. Not the one y'all are thinking. Some other companies comparable to Red Max and stuff like that. People wanted me to test out their products, and we may do some of that. There's 2 other fuel companies along the way that are wanting me to do the same thing I did here with the Red Max. The Red Max is a good alternative, guys. Don't let people beat that down. This is a good fuel, man. It's a 30% nitro synthetic castor blend. It's a good package. So don't get that twisted, people. There are options out there. What else? Other than that, man, that's really about it. You know, it's always crazy to pull all this apart, you know, and start checking it out. But it gives me an opportunity to go over everything, make sure everything's still copacetic, and you know, make sure she's all clean. And you really don't need an outerwear on this Turtle Racing billet shroud here. It's got the holes. They're staggered in size, these holes. So when I opened it up, and I've been out at the field, I've been out here in the dirt and everything, it was really not even that bad, man. Very little. I wiped out down on the ledge down there, and that was about it. But so it's good. Plus it's be kind of hard to do an outerwear for the crank there. So one other thing I wanted to touch on, guys, I hear people talking about monetization and YouTube and all that kind of stuff. And they don't know what the hell they're talking about, man. I've been monetized for quite a while. I know how this works. You don't make hardly anything. You're monetized by the views of the advertisements on your channel. That's the only way you get paid in this. Algorithms, views, thumbs up, all that stuff. Those are just tools in the process. It's the views, how many views of your advertisements that are on your channel, how long they view that advertisement. The money you make from YouTube is strictly based on those advertisements, nothing else. So people talk a lot of crap about stuff and, oh man, I'm making all this money and the more views I get and the algorithms and all that crap. That's bukkake, people. That's poppycock, man. It's all about the freaking advertisements. That's it. The length, the number, there's certain setups. You can have them at the beginning, in the middle, at the end. They tell you if you put them in the middle, then it can cut out like a pertinent part of your video. Like if I was hitting a jump, doing a backflip, and then bam, a commercial comes on. You see, I'll set my commercials to come in before you watch the video, and then sometimes after the video, but never in the middle, people. Never in the middle. I don't want you guys to miss out on the content, the pure content. So if you watch it, to get to the video, you're going to watch it. It also lets you choose what types, what types of banner ads or whatever the case may be, skippable ads, non-skippable ads, all that type of stuff. But the monetization is strictly based on viewership of these advertisements, nothing else. That's it, plain and simple, man. So if you hear anything different, people that only have, I'd say, 1,000 to 3,000 subscribers, your monetization income is very low. I get pretty good views on my channel, not 100% by far, sometimes not even 50%, but and less than that. But I do make a little bit of money on YouTube, and it's based on the views of those commercials. You go in, you look at what's called AdSense. It's called Google AdSense. It'll break it down. It tells you what videos, what advertisements, what platforms, all that. Anything and everything you want to know about it is in there, but strictly on the advertisement. That's what YouTube's all about. It's a huge advertising gig, man. That's all it is. So, all right, people. And there are other platforms for videos out there that you can use, and there's a lot better ones out there as well. Just YouTube is very easy. So all right, people, so I got off on that, man. I heard somebody talking about that earlier, man. I was like, what the hell are you talking about, man? Apparently you don't know. So it's very little money, guys. I make anywhere from $180 to $250. I think the most I made was $300 in 1 month. So you can make a little bit, but it's very little. Very little. All right, guys. I think that's going to be about it. I don't do it for that anyway. It's nice to have a little bit of money to buy a servo, or that's how I bought the two. I think I mentioned in the video, that's how I bought the two servos for the MBX6. It's the only thing I've done to the MBX6 is I broke it down, cleaned it, redid the diffs with 50, 100, and 50, replaced the shock boots, filter, which I'm doing now, and the two servos, and that was it, man. All right, guys, I think that's going to be about it. I'll update you on the progress on this. I'm waiting for some stuff from OBR to get here, and DDM as well. And we're going to get, as soon as I get my linkage from DDM, I'll be able to get this bad mother sucker back together, and we're going to rip this too. I did cut my boots off. I saw a few people talking about that, the drag and everything. And it helps a lot. Pull those boots off, to be honest with you. You can hear I got metal gears. You just have to make sure you clean it and oil it real good after you use it. You don't want your stuff getting rusted. My stuff doesn't rust. These are the FLM, the fast lane dog bones in there with titanium pins. Very little I did to this roving, man. It's a badass platform too. You can see the aluminum brace that I put there. That's one of the major things that you need to upgrade, that brace right there. And a few other things. I've yet to do my steering linkage. And somebody else told me the other day, I'm surprised that you run the rear knobbies all the way around. You know, most people like the HPI and the Rovens, they come with the big ones in the rear and the skinnier ones in the front for steering. But I'll be honest with you, when I'm ripping this thing in the field, these tires, they touch the ground very little. So it's more, I steer this thing by throttle and brake, you know, and just whipping it around. You know, the steering has very little to do with it out there. It's more or less power sliding around everything. But anyway, it's just, to me, it's better. It looks better. And that's the way I like it. And what do they say? Because I can, right? Whatever helps you, whatever makes you feel good in this hobby, do it, people. All right, man. I think that's going to be about it. I hate seeing this girl all broke down like this, but it's for the better, the upgrades that we're going to do to this thing. And yeah, it'll be good. So once we get this stuff in, I'll show it, or you know, you'll be with me when I fire it up to test it all out and all that. And we'll get her done, man. All right, people. I think that's about it. Just had to mention a few of those things. See, I have another outerwear here. I mean, another motor savers here, and an outer savers. Outerwears are these, right? Motor savers, and I don't think I have a motor saver sticker. Motor savers makes outer savers. Outerwears makes outerwears. Copy? Oh, speaking of this, Fast Eddy grease, I do have 2 more containers of Fast Eddy grease coming. We're almost out of this one. And I've got 2 containers of the Bartolone Blue coming as well. The Bartolone Blue comes in a smaller container. I think it's only like 3 ounces or something. I can't get this off. I was going to show you. Oh, there we go. I've gone through 2 of these full containers. The one I got from Ray and Bodegel, Track Day Hobbies, that one's gone. This was my second one. I use it on all my ring and pinions. I was using it in the under the boots on here, but we're eliminating the boots, so I ring and pinion, you know, stuff like that, man. It's a great grease. Great grease. Y'all should check it out. I haven't checked out the Bartolone yet, but as soon as it gets here, I'll compare the 2. We'll see which one. And really, I just got the Bartolone grease just to get it, man. I'm steadfast on the Fast Eddy grease, man. This is the best tacky grease for RC applications, 100%. But we'll compare it to the Bartolone Blue stuff here when I get it. So. All right, guys, I appreciate each and every one of y'all. Again, I apologize. I haven't been putting out much content between the weather, still dealing with some family stuff. Work has been insane, man. I'm literally leaving my house at 6 o'clock in the morning and getting home at 7, 8 o'clock at night, 6 days a week. So it's very difficult to put out content and videos and enjoy the hobby. Instead of doing videos, you know, I take what little time I have and I wrench on my stuff. I love wrenching on my stuff a million times more than I enjoy making and editing videos. Although I like to put content out for you guys so y'all can see what Woogie's doing over here in the Woogie Nitro barn. But we'll get some bashing, some ripping this weekend. It's probably not going to be with this because probably won't have all my stuff in till midweek next week. And I am looking at a few platforms. You know, I want to do the DBXLE and the 5T. But I'm talking with another guy who has a used or new used 5T with a little bit better cost, because I'm going to spend, these things brand new are $1,400. And I got something else to tell you guys too after this. They're $1,300 something, $1,400. Then we're going to tear the whole thing down. A lot of parts we're not even going to use. So it's a huge investment on this. So I'm trying to see if I can cut a deal on one that's not from freaking you know, wherever I buy it. Tower Hobbies has some on eBay, things like that. But anyway, it will be coming. Might be the DBXLE first, because it's a little more affordable right out of the gate. And we're going to run max amps batteries in that DBXLE. And we are going to upgrade the power plant. One thing I wanted to tell y'all is I checked at DDM. Let's check this out real quick. You guys that are interested in the Losi 5B, let's see. Losi 5B DDM. Let's see if they got it still. I checked the other day because I was going to buy another one. Yep. Look at that. Out of stock, people. No more Losi 5B from here. For now. I don't know if they're going to be getting it back in or not. But it's definitely out of stock, man. I'm glad I got the one I got. I literally was going to buy another one. That's how I knew they were out. And kind of take the same road as Todd over at RC Ohio. We were going to make a 5BE. And there it wasn't. So that's where I started going into the DBXLE, all these numbers, letters, all this crap, man. The electric RC, yeah, the Losi. But anyway, guys, I don't know. I saw another company that was advertising it. I don't know if it was in stock. Let's see. Losi 5B, eBay.
Give it another full rip.
Losi 5B. Thought I saw a company called King Cobra. There it is. Look at these people. AE Express, $2,159. King Cobra says they have it for $873. I think King Cobra is a stateside. Nah, it's back ordered too. Guys, unfortunately, the Losi 5B may be a thing of the past. I don't know if DDM is going to be getting more or not. If anybody has any input on that, let me know, because I definitely do want to pick another one up. So, all right, guys, that's going to be about it. Remember, treat people the way you want to be treated. And we'll see you guys in the next video. We'll be out.